Yes, for another episode today. And there's something that just keeps on coming up, and it's like something that we really need to talk about, right? And it's about dualpreneurship,
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
Love that.
So for the people that have no idea who we are, my name is Sharon Henry, and I am the broker here at Exit Realty Quality Solutions, known as Exit Realty QS.
I'm Michelle Calloway. I'm managing broker and co-owner with Sharon and Tori of Exit Realty.
And I am Tori Nelly. I am the team lead here at Exit Realty QS.
All right. So as I said, I want to talk about this dualpreneur, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one of the reasons why I want to talk about that is because I remember my friend Tara Jackson. Shout out Tara.
Mm-hmm.
Tara has a book about dualpreneurship, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I sent it to you.
Yeah, you did.
And you want to tell me what you learned about it?
Yeah, so excited about that concept, because what it is taking individuals who are employees and who also are entrepreneurs. Employee plus entrepreneur equal a dualpreneur, because the whole objective is to show people, support people, train people on how to turn what may have started out as a side hustle in their entrepreneurship role into a lucrative, scalable business that could potentially take the place of their employee status if they so choose.
But that's what happened with Tori.
That is what happened with me.
So tell me a little bit about your dualpreneur transition.
Well, first I had to acknowledge that I want to become an entrepreneur, right?
And there's a difference,
right?
Difference.
That's
There's
right.
a difference,
That's right.
right? The difference between just hustling and bustling and saying, oh, I really do see myself becoming an entrepreneur, being my own boss, so to say, and having my own business,
Yes.
right? So that was
Right.
first clarification.
Yes.
Once I decided that I wanted to do that, I did have to get on a path on what does that actually look like for me.
Right.
I'm a full-time mother, right? First.
Yes.
I'm working now a full-time job.
Yes.
I want to go 100% into my real estate career business, which was my entrepreneurship. And so I had to decide, what does that look like for me from a transitioning standpoint?
Right.
And oftentimes it comes down to budgeting or the finances, because at the end of the day, you still got to find a way to provide. And when we think about entrepreneurship, things just don't happen like on a job. You get a paycheck every 2 weeks, every 1st and the 15th, or every month.
Right.
That's not like that for entrepreneurship,
No.
right?
Right.
So I had to figure out, what does that look like financially for me to say, okay, if I'm going to go down this lane of continuing to work with the heart and the passion to saying that I want to be an entrepreneur, how do I marry the two? So eventually I can go from working for someone else to working for myself.
Exactly. So how did you do that?
Well, I have to say, let's take it back.
Okay.
You want to take it back?
I want to take it back because we want to keep it real.
Yeah.
It didn't just happen because you thought,
No.
I
But
want to
one of the
become
things
entrepreneur.
The actual steps.
Yeah, but one of the reasons why we want to speak about this today, Michelle, is because we're getting new agents that are coming in and they're wanting to join us here.
Yes.
And they want to join. They see all this glitz and glamour on social media, and they're thinking that it's so easy and you're going to make money right away, right?
Well, you're not going to make money right away, but there's absolutely a journey and a path and a road. And typically in our community, most people that want to become real estate agents and go to school are working a full-time job when they enter into their licensing and they enter into the real estate business. And so to keep it real, which is what we do, we really show them what that path looks like.
Yes.
Because you see the glitz and glamour on social, and that's after people have maybe so-called, quote unquote, made it.
Right.
But we have to show you how to get there. And so we actually have a program that helps people move from working their full-time job. And no, we don't make you quit your job right away.
Right.
But what we want to do is put you on the path and show you, should that be your desire
Right.
to become a full-time entrepreneur? How does that work? What are the steps? And to give yourself grace and patience.
Right.
And come up with some tangible steps.
So what does that look like financially? Okay, I'm coming out of school, getting my real estate license. I have a full-time career, but yet I want to transition into this real estate world, right? So financially, because when we tell people a couple of $1,000s that they have to have in their bank account, they start tripping out.
Well,
right?
well, first of all, before you
So-
even get to the transitioning from your full-time job into full-time entrepreneur as a real estate agent, to enter into just the beginning
Because
It's
it's
a
such
couple
a,
thousand.
yeah,
of
because
your business.
Yeah.
it's the lowest
But
barrier.
here's the key. The key is when you get your license, you have a license now to start a business.
Do they really have a license to start their
They
business?
They do. You have a
do.
license to
They do.
start a
They do.
business.
Okay.
And so starting a business always requires startup investment
That
funds.
part.
Initial
Right.
investment.
Initial investment. The same way if I were buying, getting a store,
Right.
I would make an investment to lease or buy that building or that storefront.
Right.
Then I would have to put merchandise in it and spend money for that before I would have something to sell.
Right.
So you received a license to start your store.
Right. Yeah.
Now you have to put something into it. So there are going to be startup costs. And what we've done in our transition program is we've gotten it down to the least startup. But there's going to be startup. And it's
Right.
usually a couple of $1,000.
Right.
Keeping it real because you have fees, you have marketing, because if no one knows what you do, then don't start your business.
You're a secret agent.
You have to do other licensing and training and things that you need to get going, because the business that we do, people are trusting us with the biggest purchase investment usually of their lives.
Right.
The lowest end is $250,000, $250,000 for the
Yes.
lowest end house. That's still $250,000 that
Here in Atlanta.
someone that you here in Atlanta, because other
Right.
places is more.
Yeah.
But you just received your license and you're going to ask someone to trust you to help them spend
$250,000.
$250,000 at the lowest.
Yeah.
So you have to do things to prepare to do that beyond your license. So there are real startups. But now the next step
Yeah.
is when we talk about dualpreneur, we actually have a program to get you startup and get you going, which I want to pivot back to Tori because she had to have startup cash
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
to go into becoming the entrepreneur.
Yeah.
While she was a dualpreneur, she had to really work on that budget.
Right.
But we teach you to work on the budget to become in the company in the
Yes.
first place before we get to the second place.
Yes, yeah, before we get to the second place, but I want to go back to the program because before we actually started working with the agents, I was one of the first individuals that came through our program just to
Yeah,
even
flush
see,
it out.
to
Yeah.
see if it works and
Right.
how does it work and is it really realistic, because at the end of the day,
Right.
life is life and things are happening.
Yeah.
Right.
We're
So-
lifing.
Yeah, we're lifing all the time, right? So
Yeah.
like if we're going to teach something or we're going to duplicate a system that can help somebody to transition
Right.
from an employee to an entrepreneur, like what does that, like
business
Sharon
owner.
said, financially
Yeah.
looks like?
Right.
So for me, and I gotta be honest, guys, because I know oftentimes we hear you need to have at least 3 to 6 months in your reserve.
Yeah.
That's great. But realistically,
Yeah.
in the real estate world, it's going to take you almost that 6 to 8 month time period before you even see a turnaround fruit in your closings.
Mhm.
So me to tell an agent that want to transition eventually into entrepreneurship, oh, I just need you to have 3 months of savings in your bank account, they will be in survivor
Backed up.
mode
Yeah.
in month 4. So
Yeah.
that's not going to work.
Yeah.
So the way that we teach you is really for me, is to get at least 6 to 12 months of reserves, because life is going to happen.
Yes.
And until we get you into a place where your momentum is good and you're doing the steps and the action things that we're telling you to do to get out there to get business, then that's when we're going to help you to see the consistency in your business and your money. And you can predict every single month what you're going to get as if you was an employee.
Right.
And that's where we embrace the dualpreneurship.
Yes.
So we don't say when you come in, if your desire is to be full-time entrepreneur, we're not saying leave your job the minute you come,
No.
because you need that.
Yes.
And you're
Or
going
you
to work
need
it
to have a
simultaneously.
support system.
The
Right.
support system would mean that you don't, that whatever, because we've seen that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the support system get worn out
Right.
in that 6 month
Yes.
period, because they start off with
Right.
okay, it's okay, and then when, as Tori says, it takes time to build up your pipeline
Everything,
for the
yeah.
closings to happen. We keep it real, guys.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
keep it real.
I mean, unless
so
you're just some superstar, then yeah, but that's not every agent that comes
Not
into this
average.
business.
no,
That's
Yeah.
not the
no.
average.
The support
So-
system, it means that somebody has actually got all your bills and does not care, and that's not usual. So, because your husband start looking you sideways, or your wife,
or your significant other,
or your significant other, or whatever,
yeah.
everybody starts looking you sideways.
And
Okay,
your children
everybody's looking at you sideways. So we really embrace helping you to budget and figure out. And let's talk a little bit what that dualpreneurship here, our ERQS dualpreneurship program looks like. It's like we're going to help you figure out what you need to live for those 6 to 8 months to have in the bank. And so we're working with you to build your business so you can begin to put money away from the real estate closings. And not go out and floss it.
You mean I can't go buy some red
You
bottles?
can't floss it. We let you take a little 10% of whatever you got to go spend. That's the rule of thumb. Because you got to do that. But you're going to put that away, because if your goal is to say, you know what? I need $3,000 a month for my part of the money to the family. So you need about $30,000, right? 10 months. Because I'm going to let you have a little extra. How many closings do you need to have to get that $30,000? Is it doable? Absolutely.
Yes.
What's the average commission?
Right in Atlanta, about $9,000.
About $9,000.
Yeah. Anywhere between $9,000 and $11,500.
Right. So we're going to teach you how to, within your budget and your needs, and what's realistic, what you have to do to get the deals, to get the closings, to put the money away, so that when you do decide to be that full-time entrepreneur, you're not stressing out and having, as Sharon calls it, commissions breath, having a nervous breakdown.
Oh my God.
And you're not approaching your business from a
I need a check.
Like,
I need a check.
Like a very low vibration mentality. Like, you really get to enjoy your business and do what you like to do without the stress. Like, I see so many agents come into this and they feel like they have it together because they got a month or two in the bank, but I'm looking like,
oh Lord,
oh my gosh, you're setting yourself up for failure. So if you can just take this approach that we're saying that you need to do, if this is something you truly desire, like, stick to it. Like, it can work. Yes, you can work, and yes, you can be an entrepreneur. You can do both at the same time.
You just have to want to do it.
For sure.
That's it.
For sure.
But listen, guys, if you've heard something here today that resonates with you, this is what we do every day, all day, any given Sunday. Okay, as Jamie Foxx would say. But this is the reality. The reality. And this is real talk real estate. Not the fluff, not the all of that. Okay, we keep it real here with you. Okay, and that might not be for you. But if you have heard something today that resonates with you and you feel that you can do this dual entrepreneur program with us, or if you are not a new agent and if you decide that you want to give us a call and check out all the tools and resources that we have, we got you. All right. Our website is listed below. All of our contact information is also below. You know how to find us. Follow us and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode. Thank you. Bye now.
Bye-bye.